What's going on, YouTube? We have a 2013 Mack Pinnacle CXU613. Today task is going to be to change this dang on water fuel separator. It's pretty simple in my estimation, but it does need to get changed. I've been pushing the limits on it. But give me a few minutes here to set up and show you how to change it. Alright, I'm about to proceed with removing this filter on the Mack Pinnacle, the fuel water separator. All that's required is the fuel removal tool and cap removal tool that comes in a large and a small diameter, so figure out which one you got. Filter with seals, and then something to drain the fluid or the fuel into. Any other situation I probably would have used a glass container, but I didn't have that readily available, so use what we got. We're going to drain the fuel first. But first we're going to cradle. Open this cap up so that it's easier to drain the fluid. Now just leave it sitting there so we won't have no extra unnecessary particles, dirt flying in. Then I'm going to cut the top off the bottle, make that easier for the fuel to go into. And then of course, if you want, latex gloves, doesn't hurt to stay a little cleaner. I'm going to drain the fluid down here. A little dirt sitting in the bottom of that separator. I want to put that back in the tanks, so I'm gonna let that settle. And in order to drain the fluid, there's a little twist snap tab right down here in order to drain the fluid. Get this camera back right. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there's definitely settlement in the bottom of that container. What you want to also do is make sure you get the fuel below this seal, this ring, so that when you go to take all this off to change out the filter, you don't have fuel coming back out on you. But I'm also not trying to drain all the fuel out of this container, out of the fuel separator, fuel water separator. Just enough to be able to change out the filter. So there's a seal on top. There's a seal between the glass and the apparatus itself, which both come when you go by the filter. Move that top seal. And then the ring just goes around like that. Just that simple. I take it off slowly just in case I didn't drop the fuel level enough. I can quickly tighten it back up before too much fuel drops. That separates, and as you can see, there's a seal there. You can take that off. You're replacing that anyway. Set that to the side. Old filter, new filter. You see a bit of the difference. It's time to change it out. There's also a seal that sits on this little nipple. I'll take that off too. That'll come with the new filter also. New seal for the container. You can either use the rounded seal or the more square, rectangular, circular seal. I like the rounded one personally. No need to use both seals. You won't have a good connection that way. So you got to search for the little circular seal that goes on the top of the container, but the nipple connection seal is already in, and just stick that on as such, leaving the numbers facing outside. That way you can easily see where the fuel level is and whether or not you need to change it. Make sure that this seal is seated perfectly. As good as it can get anyway. And that goes over like that. It has a spring inside that you want to keep up with because that adds tension. That's the point of that seal, to add tension. As you put the ring back down, you add tension to keep everything stable and locked in place. You notice I'm going to hand tighten this. I'll clean that up in a little bit. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more tension with the ring remover just to create a better seal. Nothing too tight. You don't need to torque this down because this is plastic, this is plastic. If you put too much torque on it, you'll crack all of this, or over time it will crack. Just enough torque, a little bit more than hand tighten, creates a good seal.